celery juice.
Hey everyone, I'm Abbey Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. Today's video is sponsored by Built Bar, and we'll be reviewing another Harpers Bazaar Food Diaries by American actress Kate Hudson. But first, let me tell you about my sponsor, Built Bar. So if you are new here, welcome. But of course, my regular viewers know that I very much love these bars because I think they taste like a chocolate bar, and you know, protein bars are just such an easy, convenient source of protein for those really super crazy days. And we are living in a pandemic, so I know we all got a lot of those. I have tried a lot of protein bars in my day, and I find most of them taste like chalk. But these ones, oh no, they actually taste like a chocolate bar. And I think Kate would also approve. Just saying. All right, let's see what flavor we's gonna get into today. It's so hard to choose sometimes. What am I in the mood for? Something super chocolatey, something more fruity? I don't know. Coconut almond, yeah. Let's throw all of my favorite flavors together. This one right here, 18 grams of protein. I think I've tried this one before. Can't remember. Took a big bite. Gonna take a while. Don't judge me.
A few moments later.
Tastes like a vacation, and I'm here for it. These are a lower sugar bar for those of you who are looking for that, but of course, if I was having this as my post-workout snack or part of my post-workout meal, I'd probably pair it with a source of carbs like some fruit, oatmeal, some toast, etc. But if you want to give these bars a try, check out the link in the description and use my promo code for 15% off of your order. Also, super quick before we dive in, you can pause the screen or check out the description to look at my disclaimer, including a trigger warning to those with current or previous experiences with disordered eating. I will be evaluating meals based on their nutritional merit alone, which, as we know, says very little about their overall value. So if that is not supporting your food journey, by all means, sit this one out. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring that little bell so that you never miss out on an episode. All right, folks, let's get eating.
Am I gonna get up 15 minutes from now, or am I just gonna go back to sleep? And then I drink water.
The fact that there isn't lemon in this water is borderline triggering for me. Like, could this day of eating possibly be bullshit-free?
I do not eat first thing in the morning. The first thing I do in the morning is I have celery juice.
Never mind.
And if anybody does celery juice on an empty stomach, they know why, because it's a joyous morning activity.
So the joyous activity that Kate is referring to is pooping, of course. It is joyous. Gotta love a good poop. Celery is rich in a FODMAP called mannitol, which actually pulls water into the bowels, which can cause diarrhea, cramping, and the urgency to go. Now, most people can tolerate a little celery in their salad, but just 2 stalks of celery are considered high FODMAP by the Monash Institute. So if you drink a whole glass of celery juice comprised of an entire bunch of celery, well, yeah. For some folks, you're gonna wanna stay close to home.
It's coming out of me like lava!
2 soft-boiled eggs with some sourdough and butter and avocado with olive oil and sea salt.
Classic, and a great sounding balanced breakfast. So we got protein in the eggs, fiber in the sourdough, and healthy fats in the avocado and the olive oil. I guess there's a reason why this is like the pandemic breakfast of wellness influencers everywhere. It's just pretty great.
Oatmeal with like almond butter and banana and maybe some blueberries, some maple syrup, cinnamon, chia seeds, maybe some walnuts in there.
So this also sounds really good if you're craving the kind of sweet breakfast option. So we've got fiber-rich carbs in the oats and fruit, healthy fats and protein in the chia, almond butter, walnuts, all the good things. Love it. delish. So yeah, we've got some options if we're feeling the sweet or if we're feeling the savory.
Walnuts are, I feel like they're underrated. I feel like more people use almonds or cashews, but a walnut in your oatmeal is really yummy.
I'm personally not a walnut fan. I think they're a little bitter and dry, just saying. But they are probably one of the most nutritious nuts you can eat. So compared with the almonds and cashews that she cited, and actually all other nuts too, walnuts have more heart-healthy omega-3s, which is really a unique selling feature in the nut world. So a great addition to a bowl of oats.
On the go, I'm gonna just get a smoothie lunch-ish. A smoothie for me would be like a protein-based drink. I like the chocolatey type flavors, like banana and almond butter and chocolate.
Simple, but I would say relatively light lunch option. But if there was ever a 3-ingredient combo that delivered in the protein shake category, it would be chocolate protein powder, banana, and almond butter, or peanut butter. I like peanut butter. But anyways, we've got protein in the protein powder, fiber in the fruit and the almond butter, and those healthy fats in the almonds as well. Solid option, but again, like I said, not a very substantial lunch. If she was feeling like in the sweet brunchy mood, I would personally want to maybe throw in some veg to that smoothie and also serve it with a source of carbohydrates like some toast or some yogurt and fruit.
Chopped salad, that's kind of a go-to for me. I do extra salami, no cheese, cucumbers, no tomatoes, basil, and extra dressing.
So not really a chopped salad.
What is that?
I don't know, more like a charcuterie board with like some sauce on there, but sounds delicious. A delicious charcuterie board with sauce at that. Now, you guys all know that I'm all about adding in nutritious ingredients to build a more nutrient-dense meal. So if she wanted to keep that salami and dressing, even if this did add and increase the saturated fat and sodium in the meal, I would suggest just throwing in some more nutritious ingredients to bulk this up. So some great nutrients-dense chopped salad-friendly options that she could kind of throw in there to make up for the items that she omitted would be things like chickpeas, eggs, olives, bell peppers, avocado, corn, radishes, etc. And also pairing it with maybe some pita or throwing in some quinoa or farro or another grain just to bulk up the carbs to make it a little bit more satiating.
I always try to find at least a half hour to work out.
I think it's important to try to take time to move your body most days of the week. And it doesn't need to be like a strenuous boot camp, but even a walk around the neighborhood or some YouTube yoga, for example, would be a really great addition to your day. And there are days when even something like this is not gonna happen, and that is totally okay. I think it's equally important to cut yourself some slack, not let it trigger like restrictive compensatory behaviors, and just carry on with your week as usual. Just remember that missing a workout here or there is going to have zero impact on your health status or weight. It's all about the overall behavioral patterns.
Is there an animal in my bush?
That's what she said. I don't know what you're talking about.
I had to.
I try not to be a big snacker, but I love a snack.
Why is the word snack so triggering to so many health enthusiasts? Like, why is it automatically a bad word? I think that diet culture has hijacked the concept of snacking to become synonymous with like a treat or ultra-processed food. But really, a snack to me is just like a mini meal. It's just a bridge meal to get you to that more substantial sit-down experience. So ideally your snack includes, the hunger-crushing combo of fiber, protein, and fat. It can actually look identical to a meal, but just smaller and maybe a little bit simpler. So there should of course be room for fun foods too in your diet, but this to me is different than a snack. And this language becomes a lot more important when you're raising kids for whom snacks are really key. But let's see what her snacks of choice are.
Cannot stay away from chips and salsa. And Simple Mills makes an amazing cheddar, almond flour. It's like a Cheez-It, but healthy.
Okay, so we need to vote. In the chip dip trifecta, what would you choose? Salsa, guac, or sour cream? Guac is number one for me, and also it would make this snack more satiating, of course, because of the fiber and healthy fats in the avocado. But salsa is a close second. I don't like sour cream. I don't know, don't come at me. It just doesn't have enough flavor for me. I don't know. I think sour cream just needs like some salt or something. So I guess if the chips are salty enough and it balances itself up, I'm here for it. But yeah, let me know below. Anyways, as for the Simple Mills cheddar crackers, these crackers are made out of almond flour, and I actually really like them too. But if you want to see how they stack up against a typical Cheez-It, let's take a look. Now, the healthier almond flour version actually has slightly more calories, the same amount of protein and fiber, and almost the same amount of sodium. Yes, it's gluten-free, where the classic Cheez-Its are not. But if you really want your Cheez-Its and you're eating almond flour cheese crackers reluctantly because you think it's a much healthier choice, I'm just here to tell you that maybe it's not super sound logic. So choose the cracker that you love, and if you want, you can make it even more nutritious by pairing it with a more substantial source of protein, fiber, or healthy fats like nuts, seeds, or actual cheese. Just saying.
I try to get everybody to do between 5:30 and 6. If that doesn't happen, for me, I like to eat before 7, unless I'm going out, which I don't do that anymore.
Welcome to the geriatric dinner club, folks. But also this kind of just like comes with the parenthood territory, I think. Anyways, I'm definitely interested to hear about some of her family meals.
One of my favorite meals, Nutmeg Chicken. It's shallots, it's lemon, it's fresh herbs. Brown the chicken in the oven, and you make this like nutmeg gravy and rice.
That sounds incredible. Love a good roast chicken, and I'm really intrigued by this nutmeg gravy situation. Definitely an unusual pairing, but I am here for it. And honestly, chicken is always a really great, easy, lean protein dinner main to pair with maybe some roast veggies, or like she does, some rice. So any kind of starch, potatoes, whole grains, rice, love it. This sounds like a really great family meal.
Sweet corn pasta that my kids love. It's pancetta, peas, corn, white wine, butter and olive oil, and cream.
Oh, that right there, totally my style. Perfect summer pasta dish. And while I have no qualms about just enjoying a carb and cream combo like this straight up, if you want to balance this out a bit, you could throw in some canned chickpeas for some protein or some leftover chicken, and toss in tons of fresh summer squash and zucchini. But yeah, sounds really, really good just as it is too. I don't want to mess with perfection.
We had the greatest matzo ball soup that grandma used to make, and then mom made this chicken and dumplings that was my grandma's recipe that was like, it's out of this world. And then mom also makes a biscuit and gravy.
Oof. As a Jewish mama, I would describe those three things as like Jewish meets Southern comfort food. Warm, kind of salty, hearty, and let's be real, kind of constipated. But honestly, I am here for it. A good biscuit is worth being a little backed up.
It's sparkling water all day long.
Okay, but let's talk about sparkling water for a second. So a lot of people ask me what those natural flavors in sparkling water are and if they're like toxic or what. Now this was an especially hot topic after there was a class action lawsuit against LaCroix or whatever around whether or not said natural flavors were in fact natural. So to start, natural is kind of an ambiguous and controversial term in the food industry. Basically anything can be labeled as natural as long as it doesn't contain any added color, artificial flavors, or synthetic substances. but the FDA specifically defines natural flavors as the essential oil, oleoresin, essence, or extractive protein hydrolysate, distillate, or any product of roasting, heating, or enzymolysis, which contains the flavoring constituents derived from spice, fruit, or fruit juice, vegetable or vegetable juice, edible yeast, herb, bark, bud, root, leaf, or similar plant material, meat, seafood, poultry, eggs, dairy products, or fermentation of products thereof, whose significant function in food is flavoring rather than nutritional. Whew! That one was a doozy, and reading that is enough for most people to just say, what the does that mean? And either just conclude that it's healthy or it's toxic, depending which way you sway in the absence of useful evidence-based information. So here's what we know. These natural flavors are classified under the FDA's category of generally recognized as safe, or GRAS. And if you look deeper at most of the popular sparkling water companies like La Croix and Bubbly, most specifically do say that their flavor is coming from extracts or essences from fruits and vegetables. But as a general rule of thumb on this, manufacturers don't actually have to reveal their sources, so we don't really know where these natural flavors come from. Not to mention, the FDA's definition of natural flavors suggests that while these substances do have to have natural origins, they can be chemically altered to create a desirable flavor. So how you interpret this really is up to you, but we do have no evidence that these flavors are doing any harm. So until that changes, I'm gonna keep drinking my beloved bubbly. And Kate, you can too.
I could do this forever. I want to talk about food all day long. Anything from the foie gras to the chicken to the shoestring potatoes. How much time do we have? Because I could keep going.
Oh my God. I am having major foodie wanderlust FOMO right now. Oh, I just want to travel and eat all the things. Guys, let's beat this COVID thing. All right, back to the food.
Ooh, I really try not to late night snack, but I do.
Again, you know, a late night snack doesn't have to be bad. It's not that food consumed after 8 p.m. automatically turns to fat. But I will say that research on our circadian alignment does suggest that insulin sensitivity is at its peak during daytime hours. So if we can align our food intake with these hours, it can have some benefit for our metabolism and glucose response. Having said that, for most people, this would be splitting hairs and not likely to cause any major shifts on the scale. So whether you eat 500 calories in ice cream above your caloric needs at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m., it's going to have approximately the same net of a 500 calorie surplus. I, for one, can't seem to get through a night without having like a big snack at 2 a.m. So yeah, I'm hoping that kind of shifts and works itself out when I stop pumping in the night. But let's see what she's having for her snack.
Yeah, and my late night snack is always gonna be in the ice cream department.
Same. And you know, just know that reaching for foods that are higher in sugar, salt, and fat in the evening is actually incredibly common. We don't know for sure why this is, but part of it is likely that we've been socialized to curl up on the couch with like a bag of chips and a pint of Ben & Jerry's rather than a bowl of celery and carrots. I mean, an entire genre of young adult media has been built on this classic rom-com trope. But it also may have to do with the fact that at the end of the night and at the end of the day, we are tired. You know, our inhibitions are down. And for those with tumultuous relationships with food, we're kind of just too exhausted to restrict anymore. And so out comes the ice cream and down the hatch she goes.
They do great oat milk ice creams now, so I try to stay non-dairy because it's a little bit better for me.
So I'm not sure if Kate Hudson is completely dairy-free for a specific reason, and that's why she's suggesting that it's better for her to go with the oat milk-based yogurt versus the regular. But generally speaking, if you're gonna eat ice cream, I say choose the one that is most enjoyable to you. If we're to compare the labels of my favorite ice cream flavor, Ben & Jerry's Netflix and Chilled, which is, oh my gosh, it is so good. The dairy-free version has 10 calories and 2 grams of fat less, but it actually has more sugar and less protein per serving as well. So is it really healthier? Not necessarily for everyone, depending on your health goals, but if you don't digest dairy very well and you can still derive that same amount of pleasure from the dairy-free version, then of course it is the better option for you.
Mint chip, I love because it's refreshing, but I really like a dulce de leche type of, and with chocolate chips.
I think Kate and I are kind of kindred spirits because I think we like the same ice cream flavors. Like dulce de leche is life, and mint chocolate chip was always my favorite as a kid, and I still do enjoy me a good mint chip. But leave me a comment below on your favorite flavor because, I don't know, I could read about and talk about ice cream all day long.
Tell me what's your flavor.
But don't tell me you like vanilla because just no. Why would you choose vanilla when you can have vanilla with something else in it? I just don't understand.
I'm not a big fan of like rice puddings. Anything that gets too like, I don't know, creamy.
I know the word she's looking for, and it's gloopy, right? I mean, I love a good rice pudding. I was raised on rice pudding. But there is definitely some interesting textural contrast going on, so I understand that rice pudding is a little controversial. But you know what's even more controversial? Raisins in your rice pudding. Are you team raisin or team no raisin? Because I'm a purist, like nothing else other than rice and cream and sugar and whatever the hell else, maybe some egg yolks or something. Nothing else. Cinnamon. You can put cinnamon in rice pudding, but nothing else. No raisins, no chocolate chips, no other weird ingredients. Thank you very much. Okay, well, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but what can we say about Kate's diet and relationship with food? Well, I think we're seeing a lot of the classic wellness culture staples. So celery juice, protein oatmeal, protein shake, and the avocado toast. What I like is that these are juxtaposed against some comfort soul food options like the chicken and biscuits and the sweet corn and bacon pasta, chips and salsa, and a good roast chicken with a rich gravy. I think it's clear to me that Kate loves food, as evidenced by her like waxing poetic about all of her favorite food cities and foodie travels. But she's also interested in taking care of her body through daily movement and nutrient-dense food. Is she influenced by diet culture? Likely. I mean, the woman owns an athleisure line, so this is kind of part of her brand. But unlike other wellness influencers like Gwyneth Paltrow, I get the sense that she's probably a lot more chill, at least as far as family meals go. I don't think she's like putting her kids on detoxes or super restrictive diets, and it does sound like she's prioritizing family meals, which I think is so important. As for suggestions, it's hard to really get a sense of exactly how Kate's meals come together from a format like this, but if I had any suggestion, it would maybe be to bulk up that midday meal by adding in some carbs, so, you know, some toast to the smoothie or some grains to the salad. This might help make the meal a lot more satiating so that she wouldn't feel the need to overdo it on chips and dip in the afternoon. I would also just remind her, and also all of you, that there's nothing wrong with snacking, but we can also make our snack more satiating by focusing on the hunger-crushing combo of fiber, protein, and fat. So rather than getting rid of the chips if she loves the chips, maybe pairing them with a source of fat like guacamole to just balance things out and make it more satiating. And on that note, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you again to Built Bar for sponsoring this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below on who you'd like to see me review next. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye! And for more great videos like this, check out the link right here.